Okay, all good?
Yeah.
Okay, our stream has now started. Right, so where were we yesterday? We had finished up to 45. I know that you have skipped and you have reached like 51, but we will quickly go through this.
No, we'll do it. Yeah. I didn't skip. I did them.
No, skipped in the sense like you have done the exercises and reached there.
Yeah.
Now we could have skipped it, but we'll just go through it.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay. All good? Fine.
Are you which one?
I am in 46. Where you at?
45.
Oh yeah, we'll make yours bigger.
Should I go back?
All good?
Go to 46, yeah?
Yeah, 46.
Okay.
Okay. If you make the width of the page view smaller, you will notice at some point some of the text on the left starts wrapping around to the next line.
Yeah.
See this? When you make it smaller, you see how it breaks and goes to the next one.
Sure.
At this point.
Yeah.
You see over here. You see the caramel macchiato?
Yeah.
Look at this. There is so much more place here, no? From here to here.
Yeah. So basically it's saying...
Yeah, one minute. I'm just starting up this Epic Pen. Is it starting? Is it not starting?
What is that?
Is the thing that I used to mark on the screen. Okay, anyway, so you see this space from here to here, right?
Yeah.
All the way from here to here. What is this? Yeah, this space is there from here to here.
Yeah.
Now, if you see where it splits now, it splits here. At this point it splits, right?
Yeah.
So basically, there is still so much place, no? For it to spread here.
Sure.
Why is it breaking here? It shouldn't, right? It should probably use the full space. Now all of this is empty. This whole box is empty, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can probably utilize that a little better. So now what we're going to say is, you will notice at some point some of the text on the left starts wrapping around to the next line. This is because the width of the paragraph element on the left side can only take up 50% of the space. Okay. For the sake of clarity, if you want to see why this is breaking up like this, we will come to flavor and price and let us say
Background color.
not background. We'll do border. Border 2 pixel solid red. Copy this and paste it here as well, right? Now both of these have 2 boxes around them, right?
Same size, yeah.
Oh, this again we have that 49%, 50% issue. Okay, so we will do
Add 2 pixels. So
yeah. 49 pixels. Let us say 48.
Yeah. And 48.
Okay, and this one also 48.
No, yeah.
No problem. Now we have 2 boxes next to each other, right?
Yeah.
Now at this point when it breaks, now you see why it is breaking, why the line wrap is happening.
Because it's, yeah.
Right. And now no matter how much you try to fit in, now it breaks because that 50% is not fitting.
Yeah.
But if you had enough space, that also would have still fit in one line and we would have tried stuffing everything in one place.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we will undo all of this stuff. Okay, this is where we were at. Okay.
So,
This is because the width of the paragraph elements on the left side can take up only 50% of the space. Since you know the prices on the right have significantly fewer characters, change the flavor class width value to be 75% and the price value to be 25%. So flavor becomes 75, price becomes 25. Okay, so these guys fit easily.
Yeah.
We'll just skip, submit and go to next challenge. Step 47, you will come back to styling the menu in a few steps, but for now go ahead and add a second section element below the first to display the desserts offered by the cafe. So we need a new section. Check your code, submit and go. You done?
yeah.
Okay. Add an H2 element to the new section and give it the text desserts. H2 close H2 desserts. Check your code. Submit and go. All good?
Yeah.
add an empty article element. Exactly, we are just repeating the same stuff that we did here, right?
Yeah.
We put a section, we put a header, we put article, and we have already written the CSS.
Yeah.
So we can start reusing this class equals item, class equals flavor, and class equals price here.
Price.
Okay. But in this case, they want us to add an article. Okay. And give it a class as item.
So add an empty article. Give a class attribute, yeah?
Yeah.
Equal to item, yeah?
Yeah.
Nest to P.
Nest two paragraph elements inside your article elements. We need two paragraph elements. And two paragraph elements. The first one's text should be donut. Donut. Second one's text should be 1.5. Put both of them on the same line, making sure that there is no space. And now I'm going to use your trick.
Control delete.
Shit.
Yeah?
No, I did shift delete and it did something else.
Oh,
Control delete. Okay.
Yeah.
Check your code. All good. Submit and go. All good?
Yeah.
You have to do that. You have to get them on the same line.
Do I? Oh yeah, they put.
Anyway, they had done it in the previous one. The first, for the two paragraph elements you just added, add desert as the value of the first paragraph element's class attribute. So for the first paragraph element.
So this is 51. This is 51.
Yeah, this is 51.
Just wait, yeah?
Yeah.
Before you do it. For the 2p, okay, element you just added, okay, added that as the value of the first p element class attribute. Okay. No, I think this I did it. So class equal.
Spelling mistake in class.
Oh, sorry. Class equal.
I'm going to pick up. Can you give me 10?
Hi bro, how are you doing? You okay?
I'm good.
Let me try. Yeah, this I've done it.
You've done it, yeah?
Yeah. 52 I struggled with 50. Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll get back to this. 1 minute, yeah? Can you see my... Just a minute, yeah?
No problem. Bro, are you going to the shop? Can I have water?
Yeah, okay. There's water in the black, this one.
No, I need in that the other one, yours.
In which one do you need?
That's plastic.
Sorry?
That plastic one.
You mean this?
The bottle. Where is the bottle? Oh. This
That
is-
bottle, yeah. Yeah, this is mine. Yeah, just put water from this into that.
Last time you gave me green one.
Green one?
Bottle.
Ah, okay. I
Green.
got it. Yeah. That's in the kitchen. I'm doing it.
No, it's alright. I'll use this one.
That's okay with you?
Are you using this one or no?
Yes.
Do you-
Both are for water, yeah. So I bring full water in that, then I transfer in this and I drink from this.
Okay, give me the green one.
Okay.
I use toilet in the same time, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah. اهدى قلبي.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Choose one. Thank you so much.
Just in case, I'll fill this whole thing and keep. So if that runs out, you pour this from here to
Yeah,
here.
sure.
Okay, all good. Fine. So I'll just finish the previous question and then we will come back to this. Yeah. So over here, I just need to add class equal to
Desert.
desert, and this paragraph's
Class
class equal to
price.
price. Check your code. All good. Submit. This is where you're stuck at, right? Okay.
This is
fine.
where I stuck.
Okay.
I tried maybe 6 times.
Okay,
Change it.
fine.
Nothing happened.
Fine. Something does not look right. You added the correct class attribute to the value of the paragraph element with donut to its text, but you have not defined a selector for it. Since the flavor class selector already has the properties that you want, just add the desert class name to it.
So I did this. It
Yeah.
didn't work.
Right.
I put a point here. It didn't work.
Okay.
I put only space.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Okay.
And I take flavor off. I left only desert class.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Okay. Undo all of that. Go back to the first setting.
Okay, this is the first setting.
Okay. So try one option and I'll tell you what is wrong with that option.
Okay, so I did space. This is the first thing because he said just add desert class
Okay.
name to it.
Okay.
The deserts.
Okay. So as per CSS rules, anything which has a class has a dot, which has an ID has a hash. If it does not have dot or hash, it means it's a tag. Like how you do h1, h2, p,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It means it's a tag. So if you don't add a dot, full stop, it is looking for the HTML tag desert. You understand?
Yeah.
What you're doing is correct. You have dot flavor, correct?
Yeah.
And desert should be dot desert because you're referring to the class desert.
I did dart, but it didn't work.
Try it now. Nope. Nope.
Should I take flavor?
What are you trying to do? No. What do you think is the mistake here?
I don't know. I don't think so. There is a mistake.
Okay. We did multiple CSS selectors. If you want, try scrolling up this file to see that first rule that we wrote.
There is
H1,
comma.
H2. Yeah.
H1, comma. H2, comma.
Yeah.
P, comma.
So it can be H1 is a tag.
H1 is a tag.
Yeah. Instead of H1, you can have a class name. You can have dot H1. Or you can have an ID name, hash H1. All of them are the same.
True.
But they need a comma and a space. Right? So now, remember this. I'll come back here. Just to show you what mistake was happening.
Yeah.
If you do CSS,
Class. Okay.
everything that you wrote was valid CSS.
Yeah.
Okay. If you go to images, see, this is what you wrote, right?
Twitter. Okay. Anyway.
Tech Twitter, bro. Tech Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
So, this is your element. This is your ID. This with a space here
Okay.
means child, descendant.
Descendants. Yeah.
Okay. If you have angle bracket, it means direct child. Again, we will come back to that front end 30. That was a nice site, right?
Yeah. This. Yeah.
This, when you put a space, what happens? It takes all the descendants. So if this is A and space B means every B under it.
Yeah.
Every B inside it.
Yeah.
Okay. But if you have a comma, if you have A comma C, it means A and C. No child or anything like that. So when you do flavor dot flavor, DJ sir.
So there's a change in plan. My shift is at 6.
Okay.
And I'll be coming at the same time.
Okay. So now this one will not work. Flavor without any space will not work because it's not valid. There is no space.
Okay.
But if you add a space between those,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, then it will only work for .desert class if the desert is a child of flavor. This is what will happen. When you have a space, it will apply to this if it is a child of A.
Yeah.
Okay. What you needed was a comma.
Comma. Here.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
Now it's working. I tried everything except this option.
Yeah. Dot flavor and dot. What was this?
That's
Desert. Okay. All good?
But you need comma.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I need a comma. Okay. All good?
Yeah.
Submit and go to next challenge. Fine. Step 53. Below the deserts you just added, add the rest of the deserts and prices using the 3 more article elements, each with 2 nested paragraphs. So instead of doing that stuff here, I will do Control C. I'm going to paste all of it here. Okay. Take both of these guys. Okay. Enter. 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 Cherry pie, cheesecake, cinnamon roll. Hey, I have to add alt. For these 3 lines, I'm going to put paragraph class equal to desert. Close this stuff. Go to the end. What is it? Control delete, right?
Yeah. Control delete.
Control delete. Close the paragraph. Open a new paragraph. Class equal to price. End. /p. Check your code. 4 article elements. Oh, I get it. I get it. Article. Each one of them should be inside an article. Class equals item. I don't know what they asked. 3 more article elements, each with 2 nested paragraph elements. Okay. Each element should have the correct desert and price text, and all of them should have the correct classes. Where are you at? Okay.
So here.
Okay.
Nice.
So,
Here. Nice.
if it is a single word size, you can double click on the word.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Okay. And each of those items need to be inside their article element.
Okay.
Okay. So you can cut from line 39 to 43. No, just cut it and move it out because you have a closing article below, right?
Yeah.
From 40 to 44 you cut, bro.
Yeah.
No, the line above as well. Cut it out. go outside article. Instead of pressing spaces, Syed, try tabs. Tab is this key.
Okay.
Okay. Just copy that article class item. Line 36 you can copy. Okay. In VS Code, you don't need to select the line to copy it.
No.
Okay. Just click on 36.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, you copied it. No problem. Now you come between 42 and 43. One more article.
42.
Make those articles.
Yeah.
Paste it. Paste the starting tag. And then again at 45 and 46. Okay. And now click on line 38. Just click on it.
Line 38.
Yeah. Just click on it. You don't need to select the text. Just do Ctrl+C. It will copy the whole line.
Ctrl+C.
Okay. By default, it will select the whole line.
Okay.
Okay. Whichever line you are on, Ctrl+C will copy the line.
Sure.
Okay. And then paste it at their correct places. And you need a closing at, I think, 46, 47.
46. Bro, I'm confused now, you know. I shouldn't do like this.
I'll tell you what is happening. Click on 43. Line 43, you click on 43.
43.
Line 43. Okay. Alt up.
Alt.
Up.
Okay.
Okay. So 39 to 42 is one item.
Yeah.
Okay. 43 to 46 should be another item. So you need a closing article tag here.
Okay. Closing articles. So
Yeah, I think you copied it. You just paste it down. Yep, paste it. Okay. And yeah, you just remove that also, 2 spaces out on 47. Right now it is correct. Just format it. On 47. No. 47 should come out 2 spaces and 50 should come out 2 spaces. And 50 should come out 2 spaces. Okay, and 43 should come out 2 spaces. Correct? Looks proper?
Yeah.
Okay. And the paragraphs, both the desert as well as the price, should be on the same line. Remember?
Okay. Yeah.
Try the now thing. Try it now. Working? Okay. Just before you move on, go back. Fine. Anyway, you did it. I have it on my screen, I think. Okay. So what are the things that you did just for your revision or for your recollection?
No.
You had this.
Yeah.
You had the item. P class this for desert. P class this for price. Repasted 3 items.
Yeah.
And the 2 paragraph elements inside each item.
Yeah.
Okay. The price was already defined in your styles.css where you had price.
Yeah.
Width 25%, align right.
Yeah.
You had flavor which was 75% and align left
Yeah.
for the flavor thing.
Yeah.
You want the same thing for your desert. Okay. Which is why you're doing dot desert here. Now you put both of these on the same rule, right?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe for desert you want this.
So
Align left and 75%. But now I have the option of desert. If I make
text align.
color red, I have the same spacing for this. But I can take only this class desert and I can do anything additional that I want. But what is common for this is this.
Text
But if I want to change this, instead of this align left, if I do right, it is applicable for everywhere where the class is applicable. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm doing the spacing and stuff in that section.
Yeah.
If I need to do anything additional to only this, I can write the class below. You understand how you can extend this for your functionalities. I think it's all good. Check your code, submit and go. Fine. 54. How much time do we have left? We have finished 25 minutes, bro. Okay. We have another 25 minutes left. Yeah, you are here. Fine. You can give your menu some space between the content and the sides with various padding properties. What is padding? Have you heard of a CSS box model?
No.
You see this house?
Yeah.
This is the house. The red box. This much.
Yeah.
Okay. Between the house and this is the property that you have.
Fence. Yeah.
This is the fence that you have.
Yeah.
Okay. This brown thing is your property that you have. The whole property.
Sure.
In your property, you have a few trees here.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you have the wall. The compound wall.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have the item.
I see. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in CSS, using this analogy, you can have an item. The space between the item and this compound wall,
Yeah.
the wall,
Yeah.
is called padding. Okay. This wall can either be 1 foot, 2 foot, it can be really fat wall, it can be a thin wall or whatnot. So in CSS, this wall is the border. Every time we are writing border 1 pixel, 2 pixel, 5 pixel, we are talking about the thickness of the wall.
The wall.
Okay. And between the item, padding and the border, there is a space on the outside which is called the margin. Okay. So here you see border 1 pixel.
Yeah.
Border 1 pixel is the wall. Padding 4 pixel is between the house or the item and this wall.
Okay.
And here you see margin 8 pixels.
Yeah.
That is this distance.
I understand.
Okay. So now in a CSS box model, now again they have another analogy of a person. Let us see what is it. This is also on Twitter. Twitter is an amazing place for tech, bro. Right? For a lot of software stuff. Fine, bro. Whatever. You see the yellow? Yellow is the person inside.
Yeah.
This person. The blue are the clothes
Yeah.
that you are wearing around. Right? So that clothes are the padding, the thickness of your coat. The border is the silhouette or the outline of the person. That is the border. Margin is the personal space between you and the next person. That is from here to here is the margin.
Okay.
1 minute, sir. I was trying to finish this and then meet him for a bit before he leaves for work. But anyway, we'll wrap this and then it looks like you have the energy. We can do probably one more session after this.
Yeah,
right? One more 1 hour. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, so this is the box model. Now if you look at the analogy of a element, this box that you're seeing, no, we will see it a lot. Okay. This is the element. Whatever is the element. Padding is between here to there. Border is this white thing. The whole white thing is the border. And the margin is the thing outside. And if you want to see how that works, Control-Shift-C. Come back to any element. Let us pick up this box you're seeing me pick up, no? Let me pick up this box.
Yeah.
Scroll down here. What do you see?
Sure.
This.
Padding, border, margin.
This is the item. Again, if we highlight this part, you will see it get highlighted, right?
Yeah.
So now you know exactly what is what. This is the item, blue. This is the padding. There is nothing mentioned. It is 0.
Yeah.
This is the border.
Yeah.
It does not have any border. This is the margin. Nothing highlighted. And this is the whole element around it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, for example, we will go for something like CSS borders. Okay. Go to borders. We'll pick up any element here. Let us say we will take this element, this solid dashed border. Control-Shift-C. pick up this element, scroll down here, what do you see? The box model. Okay, so this is the element, the blue element where the text is. Okay, this is the padding around it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the border 1.74 whatnot. If I change this to, let us say, 5, you will see only the right side change now.
Sure.
Only this one side changed.
Border, yeah.
Similarly, if I say here border 10, or let us say we'll make this 5, we have a 5 there, make this a 10 and make this a 10. Fat border.
Sure.
Okay, this is the border, this is the padding. Now if I want to increase the padding, let us say increase this from top 10. Okay, from the top you can see the border there, right? This 25, which is the element? Yeah, this is for the whole paragraph, right? And no, actually we wanted this element, right? This element. Okay, so we'll give top padding 10, bottom padding 10, left padding 25, right padding 25. Now you can see the border around it, padding and whatnot. It's being covered because obviously you're compensating with the border and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and you see the margin. You see margin on the top is 15, bottom is 15, on the right and left is nothing.
0.
So if I put 25 there and 25 there,
You can see the difference.
now you see how the shape of this one changed.
Yeah.
Now apply this concept to every block that you see, every piece that you see, every item that comes is a part of the whatever the box and has its own spacing and border and whatnot. That is how you control the size and stuff of all elements. Look at this.
So
You see this code game here?
padding, border, margin, padding, border. They work together, yeah?
Yeah, they all work together.
Okay.
So you look at this item here.
Yeah.
This has a padding of 12 on top here. This 12 you see, right?
Yeah.
And then this image, no border, no margin. So if I set a border of, let us say, 10 pixel, obviously there is no other, you need it to be solid, you need it to be black and whatnot, other stuff is not there, so it won't work. But anyway, you get the idea, right? You pick up any element, dude. You pick up heading, this has a box model.
Yeah.
You pick up this, has a box model. You see the highlights, right? The blue, the green and the orange.
Yeah.
Those are the blue, the green and the orange and whatnot here.
Also, yeah.
Right? That is how every element has its own stuff. Everything has its own thing. Right? So at the end of the day, the CSS is still about dealing with margin, border and whatnot.
Padding, yeah.
Right? So now remember yesterday we did that Pikachu CSS, this one. Let us say this is Pikachu, right?
Yeah.
If I do Control Shift C, how do I close this? I wanna change layout to this layout. Okay, and now we do Control Shift C. Look at this. This is an element.
Yeah, circle, yeah.
Come down here. It has its own box model.
Sure.
Right? So if I change, let us say this. It has padding, it has this, right? Let us say border to the left. If I say 25. Okay, so everything is just box model and how everything relates to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, the box model is the bread and butter of CSS anyhow. Okay, probably in this,
Sorry.
was that you?
This was me.
Okay, so anyway, just giving you a heads up about box model, you will probably talk about it because obviously it's a part of CSS, VSS, right? You can give your menu some space between the content and the sides with various padding properties, right? You can add padding, etc, etc. Give the menu class a padding left. We have menu class. We need a padding left of 20 pixels.
20 pixels, yeah.
Yeah. Padding right 20 pixels. Okay. And that padding that you added, Control Shift C. Oh no, dude. see this, we added it to dot menu, right?
Yeah.
To dot menu.
Yeah.
So we will come back here. This was main, this was section, this is article, class, item. This is section, this is main. Where is menu? Where is menu?
Menu, I think.
Menu is on the top, right?
On the top,
This
yeah.
div, right? So now you see the green parts here.
Yeah.
This is menu. This is what we added now, 20 and 20.
20 pixel, 20 pixel.
That is what you're seeing here on the right.
Right.
Okay. Check your code, it should work. Submit and go.
55.
Yeah. It looks better. Now try adding the same 20 pixel padding to the top and bottom of the menu. Top, bottom.
Top.
Your colon is in the wrong place for padding bottom. Okay, check your code. Now what do you notice? You are writing the same stuff over and over again, right?
Yeah.
Padding left, right, top, bottom. Okay. So now I'll probably use the shorthand.
Only padding.
Since all four sides of the menu have the same internal spacing, go ahead and delete all the four properties and use a single padding property with the value of 20. Just edited padding left, removed the left and removed those 3 lines below. Right? So now that is applicable to all 4 sides.
Yeah.
Now you got a padding on top as well, see. Okay. The current width of the menu will always take up 80% of the body element's width. On a very wide screen, the coffee and dessert appear far apart from their prices. You see here?
Yeah.
It becomes so wide, no?
Sure.
The name there and this name, the price here. Okay. So these guys are like, add a max width property to the menu class with a value of 500 pixels. Max width colon 500 pixels to prevent it from growing too wide. So now what happens? We have set the max width, right?
Yeah.
So if you go here and you try expanding, it is max at 500, you see.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Sure. Sure.
Submit and go to the next one. You can change the font family of text. There are a bunch of properties related to font. Okay. So font family basically tells Times New Roman. Every time you have a comma, it says if this is not available, try this. If this is not available, try this. That is a set of commas. Okay. So if you have then font face, we'll talk just about fonts. There are a ton of options that you have. Font style, font variant, font weight, font size, line height, font family, etc. etc. So we are talking about one particular thing. See, there are how many properties? These are all values. Font family. Now, what were we talking about? We are talking about font family, right? So you just specify which thing you want, right? So if you look at whatever, let us say show demo, that's it. If you say font family this is how it looks. Every time you change it, it will load that font. Right? That's how you control the typography of this one. Okay. So every different font that you choose, it will load that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, to make it look different from the default font of a browser, each browser has some common fonts available to it. Change all the text in your body by adding a font family property with the value sans serif. Font family sans serif. Do you know what serif is?
No, I know sans. Sans is French language. It means no.
Okay, you see these things here.
Or without.
You see this T and this T,
Yeah.
how this is blank and this one has that angle
Yeah.
come up, right? Or you look at F, you see this, right?
Yeah.
So all of this is called serif.
Yeah.
I don't know what the meaning of the word is, but that shape, that calligraphy thing is serif.
Serif.
And when you say sans serif, you say without the serif.
Exactly.
Okay? This is serif, this is sans serif.
Sounds good.
This is serif, this is sans serif.
Yeah.
Okay? And every browser has its own default fonts. So if you look at CSS fonts, you see these are considered web safe, but what are the default fonts? Browser default fonts, let us say Chrome.
Times New Roman.
You see, Times New Roman is the default on Windows for Chrome. But if you are on a Mac, on a Chrome, the default form is Times Roman. Okay. So obviously there are default fonts, default settings, blah, blah, blah. Let's not get into the particulars. This is how it was looking before we added the sans serif.
Yeah.
If we add, you see how the C and the A and all have the serif thing comes and bends here, right? So now when you do sans serif, it changes to whatever is the default sans serif font. Okay. Reload. It's all good. Check your code. Submit and go. Step 59. It's a bit boring for all the text to have the same font family. You can still have the majority of the text sans serif and make just the H1 and H2 elements using a different selector. Style both the H1 and H2 elements so that only these elements use the impact font. Okay. So we need H1 and H2. H1 comma H2. Open the brackets. Font dash family. Colon impact. Yeah, impact should be with a capital I because that is whatever the name of the font. Okay, you saw your this one change?
Yeah.
Your live stuff change. Submit and go to next challenge. Step 60, you can add a fallback value. Remember, I opened that we had Times New Roman, comma this, comma that. So if the first one is not available, it will load the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can add a fallback value for the font family by adding another font name separated by a comma. Fallbacks are used in instances where the initial is not found or available. Add the fallback font serif. S-E-R-I-F. After the impact font. Okay, this is just a fallback. You won't see any visual thing.
Yeah.
Okay. If your computer does not have impact installed on it, so then it will go to whatever the default serif font is.
Yeah.
Okay. Step 61. Make the EST 2020 text italicized by creating an established class selector. So we need a class selector dot established. Open bracket. And give it the font dash style property. Font dash style value of italic. Okay. You probably don't see any input because although you have given the class, you haven't given it here.
Yeah, we need to go HTML.
We need to go to P class equal to established. Check your code. All good?
Established. Right?
Yeah, S-H-E-D. The typography of the heading elements H1, H2 is set by default. Values of the user's browsers. Add two new type selectors H1 and H2 and use the font size property. So H1, comma H2. Open the brackets and use font size equal to 40 pixels.
Font size.
Yeah.
Equal to 40.
Yeah. Use the font size property for both. But use the value 40 pixels for H1 and 30 pixels for H2.
So comma, yeah?
No. They need two separate rules. So instead of h1, h2, I'll have one rule for h1 and one rule for h2. Because they want two values, right, Syed?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Right. So 40 pixel for h1 and 30 pixel for h2. Okay, check it out. Submit and go next challenge. Step 64. Add a footer element below the main element where you can add some additional information. Below the main, we need a footer. Okay, all good?
Here?
Yeah, footer. Open and close footer. Submit and go next challenge. Inside the footer, add a paragraph element. Then nest an anchor element in the paragraph element. We need an anchor element. And the anchor elements that links to href equal to https this. Control V. And has the text visit our website. All good?
Yeah.
Fine?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you add a target blank as well. Nice.
No, I didn't.
You did, right?
No,
Oh, this is the new step. Okay. Step 66. Add a second paragraph element below the one with the link and give it the text 123 freeCodeCamp drive. Add a second paragraph element.
below the...
Yeah. Second paragraph element with this text. 123 freeCodeCamp drive. So you see what happened when we added two paragraphs, these two come as two separate lines, right?
Yeah.
That was probably the idea of getting this in the footer like that.
Okay, 67.
67. You can use an HR element. Remember, HR element is a self-closing tag, horizontal rule, and it just draws a line. I told you, right? HR element to display a divider between the sections of the different content. First, add an HR element between the header element and the main element. Between the header and the main, I want a HR. Okay. Note that HR elements are self-closing. Okay. So we have added a HR between main and that. Okay. Next step. Did you add yours?
Yeah.
Okay. 68. The default properties for an HR element will make it appear as a thin light gray line. You see here, this
Sure.
gray line. That is the default setting. You can change the height of the line by specifying a value for the height property. Now you need HR, which is a tag. So it doesn't need a dot or it doesn't need a hash because it's not a class or anything. It's a normal HTML tag. So we just put the HR and then you set height.
Height.
3 pixels. And you saw this become fat.
Changed, yeah.
Okay. Submit and go to the next challenge. Change the background color of the HR element to brown so that it matches the color of the coffee beans. Background dash color colon brown semicolon. It became brown. Okay.
Brown, yeah?
Yeah. All good?
Yeah. How long?
Yeah, I think we're almost done, dude. We have like literally like 15 seconds left.
Okay.
We'll just finish this one and then we'll take a break. Notice the gray color along the edges of the line. You see the edges of the line?
Yeah.
They do have a gray. Okay.
Yeah.
Those edges are known as borders. Each side of an element can have a different color or they can all be the same. Make all the edges of the HR element the same color as the background by using border color. border dash color is brown. All good? So now the whole thing is brown. Okay, fine. We'll take a well-deserved break now.
Bro, I need to sleep, bro.
I yes.
When I eat